Well, the Uniform Trial Court rules adopted by the Oregon Supreme Court say cameras are allowed in Lane County courts. But in Lane County, the rules are interpreted to say judges can grant permission for cameras, but journalists have to ask for it, and for some reason they haven't in quite some time. I went to find out why. Across the state of Oregon, media has public coverage access to the court system. Cameras are routinely allowed in courts in Linn, Douglas, Coos, and Benton counties, to name a few. But in Lane County, our photographers are not supposed to cross a yellow line about 15 feet from the courtroom. KVAL isn't the only media that finds it difficult to access court with a camera. I talked with the managing editor for the Oregonian, Therese Bottomley.
Everybody, frankly, on the media side, as far as I can tell, is a bit mystified as to why Lane County has not joined in with the rest of the counties in routinely allowing cameras in the court.
I invited presiding judge Marianne Bearden to interview with us. When she didn't respond, I emailed a letter asking her to explain the situation. Her response to that is coming up.
I'm calling for Elizabeth Rambo.
I also contacted acting court administrator Elizabeth Rambo and asked if she could think of a time when cameras were allowed in the courts. She could not. The Oregon Uniform Trial Court Rule, or UTCR 3.180, states public access coverage shall be allowed in any courtroom. Rambo eventually said the courts would allow for camera coverage if the judge would approve the request on a particular case. The rules say a judge may deny a request for public access coverage only if the judge finds fact on the record for the denial. Here's Lane County District Attorney-elect Alex Gardner.
There are some people who believe that cameras in the courtroom are distracting, either distracting for the witnesses or distracting for the jurors. I haven't found that to be the case at all. In my experience, they tend to forget about the camera.
I also asked him in his years of work in the Lane County Circuit Courts if he ever remembers a case including cameras.
In Lane County, not in my memory. I'm not aware of it having been done here. If it has been done in the last 20 years, I don't know about it.
Judge Bearden responded to my letter and said cameras are allowed, but that she rarely receives timely requests. So KVAL is going to do our part and make sure the request is timely. The Oregonian says it gives 1 to 2 days notice to other county judges, but I plan to ask permission as early as possible, and we'll see what happens. Now, the rules state cameras are not allowed in cases involving juveniles, abuse, and sexual offense. I'm Denae, KVAL News.